Hello everybody, I'm Paul Castro. I won the Santa Clara regional event this weekend. I've never taught before. I was hoping to go at least X1 for the first time, but I'll take the win instead. I played pure Invoked. I took inspiration from the guy who qualified for Worlds in Europe. I actually got paired in a DB match with him, and he sent me his list right before he played his event, and we just made a few changes. Um, I my matchups were Doomsy, pure branded, two branded Rollads, uh, Azamino Rollad, three cool tunes, and lastly branded Rollad. I Invoke's been my favorite deck for almost 10 years, and I knew once the support came out, we would eventually perform. um, Aeon is just super broken for the deck, so I knew we would do something. Um, so here's the deck profile. So I played 3 QCR Alistairs, 3 QCR Meltdowns, 2 ulti-rare Invocations, 3 Starlight Rare Reminiscence, and 3 Starlight Rare Swords, 3 Iwas, 3 Sacred Spirit, 1 Terraforming, 1 Viracam, 1 Crowley, and 2 Sorcerer Swamps. 25 cards. It's a really big engine, but I guess it worked out because I never had one brick hand throughout the entire tournament. I would fool people and they'd give me one or no draws, and I'd still have like 1 to 2 starters and a bunch of extenders. In testing, I was swapping out Swamp for non-engine, but I felt like Swamp really helped you push through boards and still go your full 2-card combo if you have any of the new Invoked cards. Um, I'll keep Swamp at 2 because I feel like it makes hands less awkward. I was noticing hands like Alistair, Invoker, and Sword, and my Alistair gets negated and Sword is dead in my hand. So I feel Swamp is like really good with Sword. It's also a way to get Alistair in your hand if you open Swamp with any of the new cards. Um, I feel like the ratios are fine. Terraforming does play harder into Droll, but I think being able to see Meltdown more is going to increase your win rate because them not being able to respond on summon is broken, especially versus Rolad, because it's one of the ways to break their board if they can't respond to your. Also, if they can't respond to your Aeon, any other matchup, it's really good. So for the non-engine, since Invoke can a lot of the times play hard into Droll, I decided to play Crossout because I wanted to be able to play, and Droll and Fua often says no. It's not terrible for Invoked going second because everyone's on Droll, and since I'm playing such a heavy engine, I wanted to help stop Droll because I'm likely going to have a lot of pushes and break the board. I saw Shifter 3 or 4 times. I won every time. 3 Fuas, 2 Perulias, 3 Ash, 2 Drolls, 2 Ogres. It's a 40-card Bane deck. I only moved Super Poly to the side for 2 Ogres and Crossout. Otherwise, it's the same deck as a guy who got his Worlds invite in Euro. I felt I was playing more Rolad than Kultun after Nats on DB, and Super Poly was always dead. Super Poly can be okay going second since the new fusions basically allow for all attributes to be a target with Alistair. But I wanted to play a card like Crossout to help make sure I end on Aeon, and I was hoping not to run into too much Kultun. Going first, I found it's almost always dead unless you want to pass on your normal summoned Alistair when you get Fuad. But that's just not enough. The extra deck is too tight, so we can't really afford to play real targets. And after we make our turn 1 end board, we never leave an Alistair on the field. And that's all that's left in the extra deck. And all that's left that's in the extra deck really requires an Alistair. So I played Ogres instead, because I wanted to help with my Rolad, Blitzkrieg, and Elf Note matchups. For now, I like Super Poly on the side. I'll probably put it back to the main when we get the new broken Invoked fusion. So for the extra deck, we played Makaba, Raijin, Algoades, Caliga, Elysium, the Alistair Link, Endymion, Artemis, Little Knight, Theseus, Oceanus, Sorath, Bay Baron, and lastly, 2 Starlight Hyper Invoked Aeons. Super insane card versus every deck, even versus pure Rolad. Like, you just banish a Skullfiend and their ritual spell in the graveyard. He's the reason why we're back on Invoked. He smacked up everybody at the tournament. I'm considering removing Theseus to the side for a 3rd Aeon. Just not sure what I'd change. You need Algoades to beat Rolad. You summon him to destroy a ritual. And if you have Meltdown, you do it for free because they can't respond. But if you don't have Meltdown, you would chain Veracam to their trap and negate the and banish the trap. Basically, the end board, turn 1 is Aeon, Rip 3 from extra, DDG with Oceanus, Mechaba, Omni Negate, Veracam, which protects your Aeon if you summon him without Meltdown, or your Mechaba. And Sword set up for another 3 material Aeon to rip another 6 cards. 3 cards. 6 potentially. So for the side deck, we played 3 Droplets, 3 Super Polys, 1 Duster, 2 Sloth, and 3 Solemn Accusations, 2 Evenly, 1 Gamma Summon. Pot of Sloth into Droplet or Evenly, Super Poly felt really good. I last minute decided to swap out 3 cards for 3 Droplet, and it put in a lot of work this entire regional. And it was really good to fight back against Harmonious, because if that card resolves, it can really wreck Invoked. So I Dropleted my Sorath before he could pack bit and place it in my spell and trap zone, and I was able to win the game from there. Droplet stopped Fallen of Albaz. It was good for breaking Kultun's board. You know, it was also like round 7 or 8, I was in a top deck situation versus Kultun, and all I had was Aeon on the field, but I had Iwas in the graveyard. I drew Droplet. No, he has a Loudness in defense, and I top deck Droplet. I Droplet sent my Aeon. It triggered my Iwas in the graveyard, and I was able to full combo from there and win. I saw Accusation a lot. It won me every game I used it. I'm thinking about, you know, moving Theseus to the side for the 3rd Aeon, but I'm not sure what I would take out here. Maybe a Droplet. I really like this side. I'm not sure what I would change. So that's my deck profile. Thank you for watching. I wanted to shout out Joel for helping me set up my profile here. Shout out to everybody who sold me cards to help complete my Max Rare Invoke deck. Shout out to everybody at my locals. There's a big list, so I gotta read it. I go to Card Art, 88, Winners, King Kong, Game Corner, Santa Clara Card Shop, Legends, and Tofu. Thank you, everybody.